Hey, thanks a lot, guys. And this is the very latest on Earl right now. Category 2 storm, but it is on the decrease. It is starting to die on out. 105-mile-per-hour winds, so still a very powerful hurricane. Moving to the north-northeast at 18, and that will pick up too, and that's good news too. That means it's in and out. And really, it's about 130 miles off of the Outer Banks right now at the moment. The forecast track of this does still put it quite close to Nantucket and Cape Cod too, but right now it's just battering the North Carolina coastline, and we're going to go over to Kristen Dahlgren live, who's in Kill Devil Hills right now, North Carolina. How's it going there?
Well, good morning from the Outer Banks, where the center of Earl is now passing offshore of where we are, and we have for the past few hours now just been feeling these punishing winds and seeing the rain coming down like this. Also, the surf really just churning out there. This is some of what the rest of the East Coast may be in for as Earl now heads to the north.
Through the dark of night, Earl brought lashing winds and sent rain sideways, rattling buildings along North Carolina's Outer Banks. As mountains of white surf piled up, those who took their chances riding out the storm could only hope they had made the right decision. While the center of Earl has so far stayed offshore, the glancing blow was enough to send many packing earlier in the day. Cars and then roads filled with hundreds heading off the thin strip of land along North Carolina's coast.
Be safe. Good luck to you.
As officials ordered mandatory evacuations for all visitors.
They've asked us to leave, so we're going to have to cut our vacation short this year.
To the north in New England, many were making that same decision. Ferries filled with vacationers headed out, or emergency vehicles headed on to vulnerable islands, as last-minute preparations kicked into high gear.
Once it starts, you could sit here and watch, and the boats are bouncing and breaking loose. You can't get at them.
Knowing that North Carolina is just the storm's first stop.
It's going to be a very close call for much of the East Coast.
And that Earl may be far from done with its destruction.
Now, taking another look at the rain here, as we get a little bit more light, officials say they are going to be going out, trying to do some damage assessments. Our crews that were out earlier say they didn't see very much damage, at least not here, just some minor flooding in places. We're also getting some reports, a couple hundred people without power. So a lot of people here feeling lucky that Earl did stay offshore. But again, the Coast Guard going to be doing flyovers looking for damage, and they do say that they have search and rescue choppers ready just in case. That's the latest. Live in Kill Devil Hills, North Carolina, I'm Kristen Dahlgren. Back to you.
Kristen, thanks a lot. And yeah, since the storm is offshore, they're not getting terrible weather, but it's really the waves, the beach erosion, flooding along the coastline from that, and the waves running anywhere from 31, 34 feet in the middle of the storm, and you see it propagating back towards Hatteras a good 10 to 20 feet or so. For us, we are still seeing swells out of the northeast, anywhere from 6 to 7 feet, so there still is a small craft advisory in effect for our area. These swells will start to lay down as we head on into the weekend, so rip current threat will start to diminish then too, but still kind of elevated today.